start first kang overhead cost allocation. So, the 3 product costs. What are the 3 product costs? Okay. Yes, Sheila.
Try lang mama, kaya nakalimot ko. Direct material, direct labor, o factory overhead.
Yes. So those are the 3 product costs. When you say product cost, it is same as manufacturing cost and factory cost. Okay? Kanang tulo, they are the same. Product cost, manufacturing cost, or the factory cost. Product cost because it is the cost of making the product. Okay? It is the cost in by it's called product costs. So those product costs are the the product costs are the direct materials, direct labor, and the factory overhead. Now guys, when you allocate this cost, when I say allocate guys, gibutang ninyo siya sa product, cost sa product. Lugar, there is 1 unit of guitar. So that guitar has direct labor, direct materials, and factory overhead. Now, guys, how do you allocate direct materials and direct labor? Guys, wala may problema ana. Because remember, this direct cost kinta nimo siya sa product. Makita nimo kung pila ka guitar ang nahuman sa isa ka factory worker. Makita ninyo kung pila ka materials ang nagamit sa pag-manufacture og isa ka product. Makita na ninyo basically. What you can't easily allocate, guys, is the factory overhead. Si factory overhead manggod, used siya sa tanan department, sa tanan jobs sa factory, no? So si kuryente, guys, dili ka pwede mo ingon nga ang isa ka department ug ang pikas department lahi-lahi sila og plangka para lahi-lahi sila kuryente. Di ba dili? Ang factory guys, isa ra gid na siya ka kanang sige nang gamit pag reading sa kuryente. Di ba mo nang ay sa ni tawag ana? Meter. Oh, meter. Okay. So, kanang sa factory guys, isa ra na ka meter. Dili pwede nga ang isa ka department lahi nga meter, ang isa ka department lahi nga meter para ma-determine nila kung pila ang ilahang kuryente gyud per department. Dili ing ana. That's why lisod nimo it trace si factory overhead. Because the factory overhead again guys are those indirect costs, di ba? Ang sweldo ni plant manager or ni factory supervisor. Di ba ang sweldo ni factory supervisor kay siya man ang tig-supervise sa tibuok factory. So cover niya na si different departments sa isa ka factory. So basically, ang iyahang indirect cost sa iyahang salary guys, applicable siya sa tanan department, but you cannot say nga equal sila tanan because na usahay mag-overtime ang isa ka department. So madugangan ang sweldo ni supervisor kay overhead, dili nimo siya matrace yun automatically or conveniently sa per product. Si direct materials at si direct labor, okay ra, kay dali raman siya because again, direct costs can be conveniently tied up to each product. Makita nimo siya diretso. Naagid ka dira ay direct materials per unit o direct labor per unit. Naagid na siya. Actually, mahatag na siya sa kanang problem. But si factory overhead, guys, remember, complicated si factory overhead because there are a lot of ways that you will allocate the factory overhead into the departments or into the products, no? But and guys, just an overview, activity-based costing is one of these methods. However, we are highlighting ABC because that is the most convenient or the most effective allocation method. No, and later on we will discuss why. Okay? So first, mag-focus lang sa takang overhead cost allocation method. So we have here the diagram of exhibit number 1. This is, guys, klaro na akong screen. Klaro na ninyo.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And Alan, na-record niya siya, naka-record ka.
Yes, ma'am. Record na, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, exhibit number 1, the allocation of factory overhead costs. Mo na siya ang diagram niya, guys. So first, you have here the factory overhead cost. This is again the third product cost, ha? Unsa kay itong first? The direct materials and the direct labor. Okay. So now we have the factory overhead. Mao ni siya ang pinakaputi pag-allocate because dili nimo siya conveniently matay up sa isa ka product. So there are 3 main allocation methods, overhead cost allocation methods. We have here the single plant-wide rate method. We have the multiple production department rate method and the ABC. So basically, this one, sila tulo, actually, naapod sila yung mga product cost, the direct material, direct labor, and factory overhead. Na-allocate man yun sab siya. But ang method lang yun, ang way of how to allocate the factory overhead, diraas sila magka-differ. Okay? So, the most common methods are the single plant-wide factory overhead, multiple production department factory overhead rate method, and the activity-based costing method. So guys, first let's know kung unsa nang single plant-wide factory overhead rate method. No. So a company may use a predetermined factory overhead rate to allocate factory overhead costs to products. Under the single plant-wide factory overhead rate method, factory overhead costs are allocated to products using only one rate. No. So, ma'am, unsa ni siya? This is actually what we were doing sa ato ang job order costing and sa atong process costing. Kadto bitaw naa siya certain rate per hour. Ang ato ang gibuhat sa ato ang job order costing and sa process costing, we were using, I think ato gamit ato kay per direct labor to pang gibasihan yata. Certain percentage sa direct labor ang ato ang factory overhead. But anyways guys, ang single plant-wide factory overhead rate method is basically naa kay isa ka rate for every department, for the entire factory. So, kung ang imuhang rate, maingon ka nga, ang factory would be 10 pesos per direct labor hour. So, kung 10 pesos per direct labor hour, per department, kung process costing, or per job, kung job order costing na siya, naagid kay 10 pesos per hour nga indirect costs or the factory overhead. Okay? Naagid kay isa ra ka rate inyo hanggang gamiton. Okay, so to illustrate, we have here Ruiz Company, nagmowers, no? So, total budgeted factory. Guys, what are the two types gali of factory overhead? What are the two types of factory overhead? Yes, Johnson?
Applied factory overhead, ma'am, o kanang factory overhead incurred.
Factory overhead incurred. What do you mean by factory overhead?
Actual, ma'am. Actual factory overhead, ma'am. Applied.
Actual. Okay, the actual factory overhead
Actual, ma'am,
and
ano?
the
Ak-
applied.
ang
Okay.
actual, ma'am, ug kanang kuan, ma'am, kanang slide.
Okay, account and incur jud sa indirect materials nga was kadtong gibaydan gud nimo nga kuryente. So those are factory overhead nga actual. When you say allocated again, these are estimates, no? So what we are going to focus in this discussion is the allocated or the estimated or the applied factory overhead. No, pareha na to sila tulo ka terms. So since mag-allocate man tag factory overhead, we have this allocation method of factory overhead, no? So kaning diri as illustration guys, the total budgeted factory overhead cost for the year, mao ni siya ang estimated nila nga for the whole year 1,600,000 ang factory overhead cost. Mao ni ilahang gi-budget, mao ni ilahang gi-estimate based on past experiences and other basis. Pwede sila nag-benchmark or anything. Basta kay naanay basihan ilahang budget. Okay? So again guys, this total budgeted factory overhead cost for the year is basically mao ni ang estimated nila nga total sa factory overhead cost na magamit for the year for the entire factory or for the entire plant. Okay, so clear ta ana ha? That is the estimated nga factory overhead cost. Next, we have the total budgeted direct labor hours computed as follows. So, guys, nag-budget pud sila. Nag-estimate sila og pila ka direct labor hours ang magamit for the whole year. Okay? So, according sa ilang estimation, for the year butang ta 2021, ang planned production nila, ang giplano nila nga ma-produce nila within the year is 1,000 units of snowmobiles and 1,000 units of riding mowers. No? So ana sila nga, ana si manager or kinsa may gabuhat sa budget nila, ana ang company nga, okay, for this year magbuhat ta og 1,000 units nga snowmobiles og 1,000 units nga riding mowers. And then their estimation guys is that ang direct labor hour per unit, so kada isa ka snowmobile ug isa ka riding mower, buhaton na siya for 10 hours. Estimate ra gihapon na. Okay? Estimate ni tanan kay di ba budgeted direct labor hours ta. Okay? Once budgeted guys, once makakita mo term nga budgeted, ibig sabihin gi-estimate ra na nila. Gi-estimate nila based on past transactions or based on their benchmarking or unsa ilahang gamit nga basis. Basta kay naanay basis ilahang budget. Dili na sila mag-budget nga nagtugma lang sila based on research guys. That's why the role of managerial accountants or katong mga tao sa kumpanya nga gahandle sa management is kailangan knowledgeable gid sila kung unsay product nga ila ginabuhat, unsay kasagara nga kahitabo kung magbuhat sila ging ana nga product, and then unsay kahitabo sa previous years. Dapat naa sila'y research because that is the basis of their budget. Okay? So, ana sila guys, magbuhat sila 1,000 units nga snowmobiles o 1,000 units nga riding mowers. Ilagi estimate nga kada isa ka snowmobiles o isa ka riding mowers, tag 10 hours siya mahuman. Okay? Kada isa. So, kung 1,000 units nga snowmobiles ila plano buhaton niya, ang isa ka snowmobiles humanon og 10 hours hours, pila man tanan kaas Mergel?
10,000 hours, ma'am.
Okay. So, kung magbuhat daw sila og 1,000 units of snowmobiles, ang ilahang ma-consume is 10,000 hours. How about the riding mowers? 1,000 units of riding mowers na humanon ang kada isa ka unit og 10 hours. Pila man tanan ka hours ang ma-consume nila pag magbuhat sila og riding mowers nga 10,000 units. Yes, Tristan.
10,000 hours, ma'am.
Okay, 10,000 hours gihapon. So, pila man tanan ka hours ilahang kailanganon for the entire year kung magbuhat sila 10,000 ka snowmobiles ug 10,000 ka riding mowers? Yes, Saiza.
20,000 hours, ma'am.
Okay, 20,000 hours. And again, guys, these 20,000 hours are mere budgets. Budget lang siya. So, pwede pa na siya mag-change along the year kung naay mga mahitabo. Because budget naman na siya. But budget, of course, is very important. Kaya din makabalo kung pila imong budgeted cost for the whole year. Okay? So, guys, I hope that's clear, no? So, din niya si Ruiz Company na siya budgeted factory overhead cost for the year nga 1,600,000 and then na siya total budgeted direct labor hours nga 20,000 hours. This 20,000 hours is based on this computation. Okay? So, I hope that's clear, no? Now, under the single plant-wide factory overhead rate method, the 1,600,000 budgeted factory overhead is applied to all products by using one rate. So, din hinadayon ta mag-emphasize sa one rate, no? All products. So, kang snowmobile o kang riding mowers, ang iyahang gamiton nga rate is isa ra ka rate. Same rates lang because again, this is single plant-wide factory overhead rate. Isa ra ka planta, isa ra ka factory. Therefore, isa ra pud ka rate ang gamiton nila. Although kani nga mga factory overheads gigamit sa pag-create og snowmobile og riding mowers, wala ta kabalo kung pila ang indirect cost nga nagamit jud nga tinuod nga gamit ni snowmobile og ni riding mowers. Although wala ta nakabalo, it is presumed nga equal lang sila og ginamitan. That's why we are only using one rate. Okay? And in order to get that rate, para makuha na siya nga rate, what we are going to do is we divide the total budgeted factory overhead cost na siya ha, to the total budgeted plant-wide allocation base. Ma'am, unsa ng total budgeted plant-wide allocation base? So guys, that is according sa discretion ni company. So kung unsay pilion ni company, unsay iyahang pilion nga allocation base. Ma'am, unsa nang mura na siya og mauna siya ang basehan sa pag-allocate. Unsay gamiton nga basihan para maisda direct labor hours. Actually guys, makita kung di man gayng naiistorya sa problem, makita sad na ninyo because maoro may gihatag niya nga information. Ang total budgeted factory overhead cost ug ang total budgeted direct labor hours, no? So basically, ang ingon ni Ruiz diri ang iyahang budgeted factory overhead cost i-allocate niya through the direct labor hours. Okay, based siya sa direct labor hours. So, ang imuhang total factory overhead cost, i-divide nimo na sa total direct labor hours nga nagamit. And how much was that again? Pila ang nagamit nga direct labor hours for the entire year?
20,000 hours, ma'am.
20,000, ma'am. 20,000, ma'am.
Okay, 20,000. So, Okay. So 20,000 ang nagamit nga direct labor hours. So 1,600,000 divided by 20,000 direct labor hours, you will have 80,000 $80 or 80 pesos, kung i-pesos na to na, per direct labor hour. So kada isa ka direct labor hour, guys, naa kay 80 nga factory overhead. So guys, mangutan ako, pila gali ka snowmobiles, ay pila gali ka hours ang magamit in making 1,000 units of snowmobiles?
10,000 hours, ma'am. 10,000 hours, ma'am.
Okay, 10,000 hours. So kung kada isa ka
10,000
hour
ma'am.
naa kay 80 direct labor hour, pila man ang direct labor hour nga magamit ni snowmobiles sa 1,000 units of snowmobiles?
80,000, ma'am.
80,000.
Okay. Yes, Novi. Pila ka hour? Ay pila ang magamit nga pila ang magamit nga factory overhead sa 1,000 units of snowmobiles? Yes, Novi. I'm giving you a chance. Okay.
5.
Okay, yes, Jemark.
80,000, ma'am.
Pila? Okay,
80,000.
80,000 because 80 per hour man ang factory overhead. Okay, so, di ba, dali ra kaayo ang single plant-wide. Isa lang ka rate ang gamito nimo for every product, no? For bisan pag pila na dira ka daghan nga department, guys, isa lang ka rate inyohang gamiton. That's why it's single plant-wide. Isa lang sa tibuok planta ang gamiton nga factory overhead rate. Okay? So, yeah. So, mo ni siya, guys. Gipakita na diri ang computation adtong 80. Guys, nganong direct labor hours ni? Because per unit is 10 hours. So, ang gi-compute diri guys is per unit. Kay kada isa ka snowmobile, 10 direct labor hours, di ba? Diri ana siya, direct labor hours per unit is 10 hours. So, ang gi-compute diri is per unit, which is 8 lito ka units ang gi-produce nga snowmobiles o riding mower. Pila ito ka units?
1,000, ma'am.
1,000 per snowmobile, ay 1,000 ka snowmobile o 1,000 ka riding mower. So now, multiply 800 times 1,000.
800,000, ma'am.
800,000, ma'am.
800,000 ang factory overhead na magamit sa 1,000 snowmobiles. Pareha na siya kung 80,000 times 10,000 hours. Pila itong 80 times 10,000 hours?
80,000, ma'am.
80 times 10,000 hours. Pila? 10,000 hours. Okay. 800. So, snowmobiles, since mo kuha man siya og 10,000 hours para maka-produce og 1,000 units, so kanang 10,000 hours, i-multiply nimo sa 80 nga direct labor, 80 per direct labor hour nga factory overhead, ang result ana is 800,000. For the 1,000 units, ang 800,000. So, per unit, tag 800 na siya, guys. Because 10 direct labor hours man ang magamit kada isa ka snowmobile. Diba? Basically, 10 hours ang nagamit nimo kada isa ka snowmobile. So, kung 10 hours imo nagamit, unya ang factory overhead is 80 per direct labor hour. So, 10 hours times 80, that's 800 factory overhead cost per unit. 800 kada isa. Kada isa. So kung katong 1,000 units, all in all, 800,000 ang nagamit ni snowmobile, 800,000 kang riding mower. Now guys, 800,000 plus 800,000 pila?
160,000.
1,600,000, ma'am.
Okay, 1,600,000. That is the total budgeted factory overhead cost. So, ang 800,000 mapadalong kang snowmobiles, ang 800,000 mapadalong kang riding mowers. Klaro? Klaro ra? No violent reactions, no questions?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's how you allocate your cost in the single plant-wide factory overhead rate method. So basically 80 per direct labor hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, so 800, 800 per unit. 800 times 1,000 units, that's 800,000, and then 800 times 1,000 units, that's 800,000. All in all, 1,600,000. So, manata sa single plant-wide factory overhead rate method. Okay? So, okay. Wait lang guys ha. Single plant-wide factory overhead rate method. Now, let's go to our letter B. The multiple production department factory overhead rate method. As kay siya mga pangalan, no? Pero guys, mao gyud na, wala gyud tayo mabuhat. Mao gyud na ang gihatag sa libro. So, kaning multiple production department factory overhead rate method, it uses different rates for each production department. So, kung ganin sa letter A, ganina guys, sa letter A, di ba isa lang siya for every department, for every product. Isa lang ka rate ang atong gigamit. So, din sa multiple production department factory overhead rate method, paan siya guys? Lahi-lahi ang ginagamit nga rate. Lahi-lahi siya kada department. So, it's actually shown here in Exhibit 3. Si single plant-wide, isa lang. Plant-wide factory overhead, iyaha dayon rate, dito dayon siya i-apply sa products. Okay? Isa lang ka rate. Dire kang multiple production department rate, guys. Lahi ang rate ni fabrication department, lahi ang rate ni assembly department. So, in this example, guys, department o assembly department. So, each department, guys, uses a different rate. Lahi-lahi og rate si fabrication department o si assembly department. Kaya di ba, guys, makadetermine man ka kung pila factory overhead per department. So, kada department, guys, lahi-lahi daw sila og factory overhead rate. Ang rate, guys, ay i-apply sa products. So, let's have an illustration. So, si Ruiz Company, gihapon atong gamiton. So, si Ruiz daw, lahi-lahi ang iyahang gamit nga departments in manufacturing snowmobiles and riding mowers. Naa siya 2 production departments. Naa siya 2 ka production department. The fabrication department and the assembly department. So, si fabrication, siya ang mag-cut o mag-shape sa metal. Si assembly department, siya ang mag-assemble sa mga pieces into final products. So, guys, for the whole year, kaning 1,600, di ba, pila ito to ang factory overhead cost nga budgeted, di ba, 1,600,000. So, kani si 1,600,000, ana siya din hiya, si fabrication department, naggamit daw og 1,030,000 nga cost. Tapos si assembly department, ang gamit ra daw niya is 570,000. So total of 1,600,000. Kay siguro diri akong fabrication department mas daghan siya og machine kay magkatbe siya. So mas dako siya og kuryente nga nagamit, mas daghan siya og machine, so mas dako iyang depreciation. Mas daghan siguro og tao din ha kay syempre mag-assist sa pagkat. So basically mas dako daw ang factory overhead cost ni fabrication department kesa kang assembly department. Okay? And allocation. Joke lang, guys. Header ni siya supposedly. Wala na ko siya na-enter. Header ni siya. Department Overhead Rates and Allocation. So, each production department factory overhead rate is computed as follows. So, production department factory overhead rate equals budgeted department factory overhead divided by budgeted department allocation base. Okay? So, guys, ang kalahian lang niya dito sa single plant-wide is that ang imuhang numerator dire is the total cost, the whole 1 million. Ang imuhang denominator is the allocation base. No, katong isa lang pud ka allocation base, which is the 20,000 direct labor hours. Di ba mao man ang sa single plant-wide? Itong unsay basihan sa ihang pag-allocate, that is still the direct labor hours. Okay? So, 103 per direct labor hour ang cost ni factory overhead, fabrication department, and then ang kang assembly department is 57 per direct labor hour. Pareha ra gihapon ha, 1,030,000 divided by 10,000. Ay 1,030,000 divided by 10,000, and then 570,000 divided by 10,000. Okay? So pareha ra gihapon guys, ang kalahian lang is that per department na siya. Dili na siya single. Duha na siya, na siya partner. Dili na siya single guys, na siya partner. Sana all added pa. Okay, so 10 direct labor hours are required for the manufacture of each snowmobile and riding mower. So, di ba ganina sa ato example, ana ta nga, kada isa ka snowmobile, ang mahuman siya, ang magamit niya nga direct labor hour is 10 hours. Same with the riding mower, tag 10 hours kada isa ka unit nga mahuman. Okay? So, 10 hours. So, ano siya din given gihapon ni ha? Given gihapon ni. Ano siya diri si snowmobile daw, 8 hours daw siya magstay kang fabrication department. 2 hours daw siya magstay kang assembly department. So, ibig sabihin, kang fabrication department, 8 hours siya dito. 8 hours siya giputol. Pag-assemble sa yaha, 2 hours na lang. So, a total of 10 hours kada isa ka snowmobile. Diri naman kang riding mower, ana siya diri, given ni sa problem. Ana siya, 2 hours daw siya magstay kang fabrication department, and then 8 hours siya magstay kang assembly department. 2 hours ra siya putol-putolon, pero 8 hours siya i-assemble. Okay? So, total gihapon of 10 hours kada isa ka riding mower. No? So, lahi siya og hours kada department. So, guys, lahi-lahi og rate, lahi-lahi og hour. Kung makita ninyo ha, lahi-lahi sila og rate kada department, lahi-lahi pud sila og hours kada department. Kada isa ka unit. Okay? So guys, when you allocate the cost, this is what happens. Guys, fabrication department, 103 kada direct labor hours. pila ka hours nagstay sa fabrication department si snowmobile? Pila ka hours nagstay ang isa
8 hours, ma'am. 8 hours, ma'am.
Okay. 8 hours. No? 8 hours siya nagstay. So, 8 hours times 103 per DLH. Guys, DLH is direct labor hour. So, 8 hours times 103 per DLH, that's 824. I-recompute ninyo guys kung sakto ang totals dire ha. And then, pag-abot naman kang riding mowers, pila siya ka hours nagstay sa fabrication department?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay. 2 hours. So, 2 hours pa siya sa fabrication department times 103, that's 206. So, basically guys, kang snowmobile, ang nagamit niya nga factory overhead kang fabrication department is 824, kang riding mowers, 206. Okay? 824 sa fabrication department, si snowmobile, 206 kang riding mower. Now, dito ta kang assembly department. Si assembly department, iyang overhead rate is 57 per direct labor hour. Pila ka hours nagstay si snowmobile kang assembly department? Ay, nahuman.
2
2
hours.
hours.
2 hours.
Okay, 2 hours. So, 2 hours times 57, kaya di ba 57 man to ang kang assembly department. So, 2 hours times 57, that's 114. How about
Hours, ma'am.
8 hours. So, 8 hours times 57, that's 456. No? So, si snowmobile, 114 iyahang factory overhead kang assembly department, kang riding mowers naman, 456. So, kung i-total nimo all in all, sa fabrication department and assembly department ni snowmobile, iyahang factory overhead nga nagamit is 938. Ang riding mower naman, 662. Okay? So, lahi siya guys dito sa single plant-wide. Di ba kang single plant-wide kay 800 raman to? Di ba? Diri 800 per unit kang snowmobile, 800 per unit kang
Riding
kini tawag ani? Mower?
Mower.
Riding mower.
Riding
Okay. Di ba, nablangko ko balik sa tawag. Okay, so wala ang guda sa amo sa bukid. Oy. Mantaw na.
Lampas ra na, ma'am.
Ay, joke. Taga-America man dahil ko ron. Okay, so, dili siya 800 guys. 938 ang kang snowmobile, 662 kang riding mower. Because lahi-lahi man siya per department. So, sa fabrication department, mo na siya yung diagram niya guys. Fabrication department, 103 per hour. 8 hours kang snowmobile, 2 hours kang riding mower. Kang assembly department, 57 per DLH. Pila ka hours siya kang snowmobile? 2 hours. 8 hours siya kang assembly. That's why ang total is 938 and 662. Okay? So, ihala nang gipakita ning kaninga diagram, guys. Now, guys, ang difference ni single plant-wide and ni multiple production department method, guys, ang tawag anang kalahian nila is the distortion of product cost. Ang kanang paglahi sa cost. So, di ba, kang single plant-wide, si snowmobile, 800 lang per unit. Kang multiple production, 938 siya. So, ang difference nila is 138 mas dako si multiple production department. Mas dako mo siya kang 800 by 138. 800 minus 938, that's 138. Si riding mower naman, iyang single plant-wide method nga amount is 800, pero iyang multiple production department is only 662. Mas dako iyang single plant-wide og 138. And notice guys, ana siya kung i-deduct nimo, that is 0. Or kung i-add nimo, that is 0. Negative 138 plus 138 equals 0. So basically, ang giingon dire is that ang 138 dapat, diri ka single Plantwide guys, dapat kuhaan ni si riding mower og 138, dugangan kang snowmobile og 138. So man og cost gyud per department. So dapat hihion gyud siya. Kay if you can see guys, under costed, mas gamay ang cost ni snowmobile sa single Plantwide kaysa sa multiple production. When dapat mas dako siya, kay mas dako man og cost ang kaning fabrication department kaysa kang assembly department. Di ba? 1 million kapin kang fabrication department, kang assembly 570 ra. So it's unfair nga pareha sila og cost nga dugay man nagstay si snowmobile kang fabrication kaysa kang riding mower. Murag nga na bitaw siya, murag dili fair ang single Plantwide method. Although it's easier, it's not fair. No, dili gihapon nimo makuha ang tinuod na cost ni snowmobile og ni riding mower. Because again, dapat mas dako kang snowmobile because mas dugay siya nagstay sa fabrication department. And si fabrication department is mas mahal siya kaysa kang assembly department og overhead cost. No. So the more nga magdugay si snowmobile diri kang fabrication department, dapat mas mahal iyahang cost kesa kang riding mower. So, ang hitabo na over nimo og cost si riding mower. Dapat 662 ra iyang cost, pero 800 ang imuhang gi-cost sa iyaha. So, klaro guys. Is that clear? So, this distortion of
Yes,
product
ma'am.
cost actually, iya lang gipakita that there really is a difference. Nga dapat, dili gyud single Plantwide method ang gamiton. But guys, for the sake of kanang para sayon siya guys, naayuban gagamit gyud og single Plantwide method. No, rather than the multiple production. So, okay. Are the causes. So, ako naman nag-explain actually the differences in production department factory overhead rates. Di ba? Lahi-lahi sila rate because again, lahi-lahi sila og cost. And then the second condition is because the usage within a department and across departments. Kay again guys, mas dugay nagstay si snowmobile kang fabrication department kesa kang riding mower. Although mas dugay si riding mower kang assembly department, mas barato man si assembly department kaysa kang fabrication department. So kanigid siya ang pinaka naka-distort sa product cost or nakalahi sa product cost. Okay? So basically gipakita niya dinhiya ang kadtong illustration sa condition 1 ug sa condition 2. Sa fabrication department, 103 per direct labor hours. Sa assembly, 57. Diri dayon mas daghan og gigamit sa fabrication department si snowmobile kaysa kang riding mower. Although mas dako siya dinhiya. So naa siya ratio dira guys. But basically, mara na siya yung gisgutan. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Any questions for letter B? Kadtong multiple production departments factory overhead cost method. Unsa to task kay guys? But anyways, na may questions for that or wala na? So i-absorb sa inyo gamay.
Wala na, ma'am.
Let's proceed na kang activity-based costing method na absorb na ninyo si letter A and si letter B. Because when we go to activity-based costing method, lahi na po jud siya. Sure. Di ba, mas comparable man sa single ug si multiple because basically ang ilag yung kalahian is that lahi gyud per department ang cost and ang usage. So kung activity-based costing method guys, lahi pod siya. Dili siya pareha kang single plant-wide ug kang multiple nga mag-divide lang sila nya diretso na. Basta basically guys, mas lahi si activity costing method, di kay siya base. Ito itong sa, di ba pareha naman sila direct labor hour kang single plant-wide o kang multiple. So kani kang pareha sila direct labor hours ang gamit. Di kang activity-based costing method guys, di siya like per department. Per activity iyahang gamit. Ma'am, what's ang per activity? Kaya di ba? Okay, so ano siya diri the activity-based costing method provides an alternative approach for allocating factory overhead that uses multiple factory overhead rates based on different activities. So, guys, when you say activity, these are the types of work or actions involved in the manufacturing of service process. So activities guys, literal yun na siya nga unsa nga mga trabaho or unsa nga mga actions ang involved sa manufacturing process. Like katong fabrication department, di ba ano siya dito magputol daw siya og mga metals og mag-shape. So kana guys, that is the work, that is the activity. Cutting is an activity. Shaping is an activity. So dito kang assembly department mag-assemble daw siya. So assembly or assembling is an activity. So kung unsa tong inyong work, unsa tong inyong gitrabaho, that's basically an activity. And in activity-based costing, kadtong certain activity mao to siya allocated. Mao to siya himuon nimo og mao to siya imuhang tagaan og mao to mo nimo allocation base for simplicity. Basta mao to imong buhatan og mao to imong ito mo ni mong allocation base. So, under activity-based costing, factory overhead costs are initially budgeted for activities. So, sometimes, it's called activity cost pools. No? So, ang factory overhead cost daw, guys, are initially budgeted for activities. Di ba kanina sa kaning multiple nga di ba diri per department ang gibudgetan og factory overhead cost, di ba diri sa multiple production charong di ba budgetan ang iyang gibudgetan is per department. Then hiya guys sa activity based ang iyang budgetan is per activity, per work nga nahitabo. So this budgeting, ang tawag ana is activity cost pools. These costs per activity is sometimes called activity cost pools, no? So, engineering, etc. So guys, ano siya production department factory overhead rate method. Production department ni isa ka kani kay fabrication department kani kay assembly department. So naa ni siya budget nga factory overhead, naapod ni siya budget nga factory overhead cost. Okay? And then gi-allocate nimo sa product using different rates. Kani diri guys sa activity costing, kada activity na ay so kung budget ay kung nakakadira ay cutting Nya ang gamit nimo nga rate kay kanang lugar nya na lang pag mag-example na. Basta kay basically guys, per activity naa siya cost and then kada activity rate. So mo din itong i-apply ni following activities have been identified for producing snowmobiles and riding mowers. So assuming guys, mo ni ang activities ni Ruiz Company. Na siya fabrication, katong cutting metal and shaping the product, and then machine intensive. Yung kag machine intensive, machine kasagara ginagamit nila sa fabrication nga activity. Assembly. Assembly consists of manually assembling machine pieces into a final product. So, labor-intensive siya. Kay mga tao na ang mag-assemble. Now, we also have the setup. Setup is still an activity which consists of changing tooling in machines in preparation for making a new product. Each production run requires a setup. So setup guys, mo na siya ang pag setup sa machine. Basically, alisdan ang mga tools kay basi nahabol na para nga pag-cut nila og new products, hait na pud siya balik. So that's basically setup. Quality control inspections. So this consists of inspecting the product for conformance to specifications. So diri guys i-inspect ang mga products. So diri ang activity murag ilahang i-tan-awon kung ni sulod ba sa mga specifications, kung good quality ba ang product. Okay? So then lastly, engineering changes. So which consists of processing changes in designs or process specifications for a product. So murag diri guys, if naay mga changes, diri kang engineering changes, ibutang if naay mga changes sa design or kanang sa ilahang mga specifications sa ilahang snowmobiles og riding mowers. So basically guys, these 5 are assumed activities of the Ruiz Company. So mao ni siya ang activities ni Ruiz Company, kaning 5. Okay? So, fabrication and assembly are now identified as activities rather than departments. So, guys, dili malibog ha. Sa katong example na to ganina, kani si fabrication o kani si assembly, department sila. But for this purposes, activity-based costing, kani si fabrication ag si assembly, it is used as an activity. Activities sila, dili sila departments. Okay? So dili malibog ha, si fabrication ug assembly dili sila departments. For this example, for this illustration, dili sila departments. They are identified activities. Okay? So okay. So okay, so maano din ni siya guys. Na ay activities, katong 5 na to pa activities, and then we also have the budgeted activity cost. Di ba ganina per department ang pag-budget? Karon per activity. Per activity siya guys. Okay? So the cost for fabrication, assembly, this because setup, quality control, engineering. Okay. So guys, 1,600,000 gihapon. 1,600,000 gihapon ang budgeted factory overhead rates. But per activity guys, sa fabrication na siya 530, sa assembly na siya 70, sa setup na siya 480, sa quality control na siya 312, sa engineering na siya 208. So per activity guys, naa siya cost. Okay? Naa siya cost. Ang cost niya is again budget. Estimate rapod ni siya. Nga sa fabrication department, ang estimate is 530,000 ang iyahang activity cost or ang iyahang factory overhead cost. Sa assembly department, 70,000 daw ang iyahang magamit nga factory overhead cost. Sa setup, 480, sa quality control, 312, sa engineering, 208. So these are all product costs nga gi-allocate per activity. Gi-budgetan per activity. And these costs now are called activity cost pools. No? cost pool siya, guys. Ibig sabihin, maon ni siya ang si fabrication department na siya 530 nga cost, no? That is called activity cost pools. Mura siya og pool sa cost. Basta guys, actually the terms in accounting are very literal, no? If you take the literal meaning of these words, pareha gyud siya. Mura siya og pool of costs, no? Kanang tapok sa, di ba kay pag mayong kag pool kay murag isa siya katapok. So sa fabrication activity na siya tapok na 530 nga cost. Sa assembly na siya 70,000 na cost. Sa setup na siya 480,000 nga cost. So those are called activity cost pools. Okay? So basically given ni siya guys ha, given ni siya sa problem. Now, okay, so ga-process pa inyong brain cells, guys. Kaya pa ninyo makaka-catch up pa siya. Proceed na to na sa activity rates. No questions so far. Kaya na paminaw lang yun ba sa discussion, and then later on when you study you will remember man. Ma-remember na ninyo nga amo man giingon ni Ma'am Di. Okay, so laban lang yun guys, and then take notes po. Take notes good, very important pag-take notes, pag-highlight. That's why ga-highlight pag di ako din he. And then some of those terms ba sa inyong handout, kaya gina-bold na daan ako, gina-underline na daan ako, because those are important terms, important phrases nga kailangan ninyo i-focus. Okay, so far, I hope nga so far masabtan pa ninyo na so far klaro pa siya. So let's proceed now to the activity rates. So guys, nato tayo activity cost pools. Now we are going to look for the rates per activity. Ganito na, di ba naatay department rates? Okay, per department man to ang pag-budget sa cost. Karon, since per activity man ang pag-budget sa cost, naa po tayo ginatawag og activity rates. So, in order to get these activity rates, you have to divide the total budgeted activity cost kaning dili siya total guys, per activity nga cost. So, budgeted activity cost kaning 530 or 770 or 480 or 312. So, budgeted activity cost divided by the total activity base usage. Kung pila ang nagamit nga activity base. So, ma'am, saan ang activity base? Base is rather than, gihapon siya guys, og allocation base. Di ba ang allocation base na to is dito basehan ang pag-allocate sa cost. That's the allocation base. And for the previous examples, ang atong allocation base is the direct labor hours. So basically guys, kaning activity base is the same with allocation base. Pareha ra siya. Unsay basehan gihapon sa allocation. But then guys, it's called activity base because again, we are determining the per activity rates. So it's called activity base usage or the activity base. Pareha na siya sa allocation base. Now, this is actually where kani bitang mga giputang diri nga machine intensive, labor intensive. Guys, these are important. Labor intensive kanang requires a setup. Each production runs requires a setup. So guys, they are important. Wala na siya gibutang din para char lang. No, they are important because you will like for example in the fabrication. Si fabrication, dira daw ang pag-cut o pag-shape sa metal. So, kani daw nga activity is machine intensive. So, you will have an idea nga, basin ang iyahang activity base, the activity base is based on the machine. Kay machine intensive man siya. So, basin ang iyahang activity base is based on the machine. So based daw siya on so ibig sabihin per hour nga nigamit ka og machine. Per hour nga nigamit ka og machine. So ang activity rate niya is the education department ang iya sa paggamit niya sa machine. Ang activity rate at machine. So sa assembly department naman, since this is labor intensive, okay, based siguro na siya sa paggamit niya sa labor. Paggamit niya sa labor, so ang iyang activity base is the labor, so labor usage. So pila ka oras ang gigamit niya nga labor sa assembly department. Sa setup, ano siya, each production run requires a setup. So, kada production run ang gamit ni setup nga activity base. So, guys, kaning mga second sentences diri, guys, they are the basis for the activity base, or murag siya ang kanang murag mag-determine kung unsa nga activity base ang gamiton kada activity. What is basically the activity base? Okay? So, mas mag-proceed sa automobiles are a new product for Ruiz company and engineers are still making minor design changes. So, Ruiz has produced riding mowers for many years. Activity-based usage for the two products is as follows. So, muna siya ang activity-based usage for the two products. So, si snowmobile, guys, ano siya, estimated units of total production is 1,000 units. Pareha man ni ganina, di ba? Pila ka snowmobile ang gibuhat? 1,000. Pila ka riding mower? 1,000. So 1,000 units daw ang ilahang gibuhat for the year. And again, guys, this is estimate. Okay? This is mere estimate. Next is, ang estimated setups daw is 100 ka setup. Kang snowmobile, kang riding mower, 20 setups. Guys, these are given. Okay? Given na siya sa problem. Sa ato ang exams, for the sake of our exams, this will be given. So, ang estimated setup daw is 100 setup for snowmobile, 20 setups for riding mower. Quality control inspection. So, si quality control inspection daw is 100% 100 inspection for snowmobile and orders 12 change orders for sa snowmobile anya 4 change orders kang riding mower. So guys, kung makita ninyo, ang gamit kang setup is setups, ang gamit kang quality control is inspection, ang gamit kang engineering change kay change orders. So those are the activity base, no? Pila unsay basihan sa iyahang unsay basihan sa pag-apply sa cost, no? So, sa setup daw, 100 setup kang snowmobile, kang quality control, 100 inspection, kang estimated engineering, 12 change orders. Same with the riding mowers. But guys, for the sake of our discussion and for the sake of our exams, I will be telling you kung unsa nga activity base ang gamit per activity. Okay? So, tagaan ta mag-ing-ini guys, ing-ani nga table pag mag-exam ta. Okay? Para dili na mo malibog og analyze. Para gamay na lang inyong analyzon. Bitaw, so nga na guys, I will be giving that to you para easier atong life. Okay, so dili na dayon guys, the number of okay, guys, wala nagipakita diri si fabrication ug si assembly because klaro naman nga si fabrication is machine intensive. So ang gamit guys, basta kayo makakita mo machine intensive, guys, automatic ang gamiton ninyo is per machine hour. Okay? Per machine hour. Kang assembly, pag makakita kayo mag labor intensive ha, pag fabrication, kung makakita mo og machine intensive, that is machine hours ang gamit. Pag makakita mo og labor intensive, labor hours ang gamit. Okay? So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Now, ano siya diri the number of direct labor hours used by each product is 10,000 hours. Be? Wait lang ha. Anong department kaya pa niyang gamit? Mao man yung ganina, di ba? Kani siya. Wait lang. Namali na siya ani kay. Wala gyud. Mao gyud iyang gamit. Okay. Okay,
Okay
better.
na.
Sige. So, habit naman pod 7, tiwason lang nato ning kadtong kanilang activity base. Next meeting na nato tiwason ning sa allocating costs. Okay. Okay. So again guys, change this to activity. Fabrication activity and assembly activity. Dili na siya department. Okay? Dili na siya department. And okay. Okay. So you change this to activity guys ha. And then ay guys, tiwason na lang dai nato ning allocation. Gamay na lang man eh. Kay kani siya wa naman ilabot. Dire lang ta kutob. Tiwasan lang nato allocation para maka-activity na mo during the Holy Week. Kay di naman ta mag-classic Wednesday and Saturday next week. So magbilin na lang ko og activity for you to answer during the Holy Week. Okay. So guys, again ha, this is activity, and then suppose dili na lang ta machine intensive. Labor intensive gihapon si fabrication. Kay pag machine intensive man good, you will use machine hours. But since the machine hours are not given, we are going to change this into labor intensive. Okay? Labor intensive siya ha. So basically, the direct labor hours for each product is still 10,000 hours. Then the fabrication activity and the assembly activity still kang snowmobile 8 hours siya kang fabrication activity, and then 2 hours siya kang assembly activity. So the number of units again is 1,000. So ang total direct labor hours used ni snowmobile kang fabrication activity is 8,000, kang assembly is 2,000. Total of 10,000 hours kang snowmobile. Kang riding mower, 2 hours gihapon siya kang fabrication activity, 8 hours siya kang assembly activity. So 1,000 units. So 2 times 1,000, that's 2,000. 8 times 1,000, that's 8,000. Total of 10 hours gihapon kang riding mower. So the total direct labor hours used is still 10,000 for snowmobile and 10,000 for riding mowers. Same sa ganina nga example. Now, this is the summary of the usage for each product. No? For snowmobile guys, 8,000 siya kang fabrication. Kani, 8,000 siya kang fabrication activity. And then, kang riding mowers, 2,000 siya kang fabrication activity. 2,000 direct labor hour ha, 8,000 and 2,000 direct labor hour. Total of 10,000 direct labor hour nga activity-based usage. Guys, this activity-based usage, mauna siya ang ato ang denominator ha. Mauna ato ang denominator. Ang atong numerator kaning dire. Kani siya. These are our numerators. no, kaning budgeted activity cost. The total activity-based usage, the denominator is this one. For fabrication, it's 10,000 direct labor hours. 8,000 kang snowmobile, 2,000 kang riding mower. For the assembly department, ay assembly activity, kay activity man ni siya, 2,000 si snowmobile dito, 2,000 hours iyang nagamit, and then 8,000 hours kang riding mower. 8,000 hours siya sa assembly department. Still, total of 10,000 direct labor hours. Sa setups naman, it's already given here. 100 setups kang snowmobile, 20 setups for riding mowers. A total of 120 setups. For quality control inspection, 100 inspections kang snowmobile, 4 inspections kang riding mower. So 100 kang snowmobile, 4 kang riding mower. That's 104 inspections all in all. Kang engineering, 12 ka change orders kang snowmobile, 4 ka change orders kang riding mower. That's a total of 16 engineering change orders, ECOs. Okay? So, mura na siya og gi-summarize, guys. Okay? Gi-summarize ra ni. Nakita ra ninyo, na-trace ra ninyo kung ahanigikan nga mga amounts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so basically, guys, this will become your denominators, the activity-based usage. Okay? So again, guys, kaning cost nga given, mao ni ang inyong numerator. Kaning activity-based usage nga, ang uban given, ang uban gi-compute, kani siya 8,000 ug 2,000, these are your denominators, the total activity-based usage. So, in allocation, guys, okay, napaday siya yung summary. So, ang summary niya, guys, is that, di ba, ingon ko, katong budget activity cost, they are your numerators. And then, the activity-based usage, these are your denominators. Guys, mauni siya tanan ha, 10,000, 10,000, 120, 104, ug 16. Mauni siya tanan, ang denominators. So, i-divide ra na ninyo, guys. Si fabrication, di ba, 530 man to yung activity cost. Divided by 10,000 nga activity-based usage, that's 53 per direct labor hour. And same goes dayon sa the rest of 4 activities. Nyo, divide na siya, guys. And you get the cost per usage. Model siya himog activity rate. So, activity rate ng fabrication department is 50. Activity, guys, activity. Ang activity rate ng fabrication is 50. Kang assembly, 7. Kang setup, 4,000. Kang quality control, 3,000. Kang engineering, 13,000 per engineering change order. Kada change order. Okay? So, gi-divide ra na siya, guys. I hope that's clear. Makita ra ninyo.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so no questions so far. We're going to proceed with the allocating costs. Guys, it's only 7:01, but I want to finish the allocation part. Kaning allocation na part ko lang din, guys. Because I will be giving you activities for the Holy Week. Because latte class is Wednesday and sa Saturday. So, taas kayo siya nga oras. And again, gaapas ta sa inyuhang topics nga mahuman na siya. So, I will be giving you an assignment activity, something like that. And then, pwede na ninyo ipasa next week na pod, next week, after na sa Holy Week. No? I will give you enough time to answer that one. Para pod ma-enjoy gihapon ninyo inyuhang Holy Week somehow. Okay? So, bahalag unya na to ninyo answeran after the Holy Week. Tagaan pa mong time. So, guys, allocating costs. Overhead costs for each activity are allocated to a product by multiplying the activity-based usage by the activity rate as follows. So, guys, this is the activity-based usage. This is the activity rate. But, guys, this is the total. So, sa fabrications, assembly 100, sa engineering 12. So guys, basic mahitabo, kaning rate, kaning activity rate, i-times ra na ninyo dinhi. Like for example, kang fabrication, 53 daw siya, 53 times 8,000, and then kang riding mower, 53 times 2,000. Sa assembly guys, ang 7 per direct labor, multiply po din na ninyo, 2,000 kang snowmobile, 8,000 kang ride up, 4,000 kada set up. So 4,000 times 100 and then 4,000 times 20. And then pag abot dayon diri akang quality control, 3,000 per inspection. So 3,000 times 100 o 3,000 times 4. Pag abot dayon kang engineering changes, 13,000 per engineering change order. So 13,000 times 12 and 13,000 times 4. Basically guys, i-multiply ra ninyo sa kada product nga activity-based usage. That's why the formula is activity-based usage times rate. Kada product, okay? Kada product. So, the estimated total factory overhead cost for a product is the sum of the product's individual activity allocations. So the factory overhead cost per unit is computed by dividing the product's total factory overhead cost by the total units of estimated production. So overhead over product may ha product. So ang total, 'di ba? Kaning rates kay gi-multiply man ni siya kada dinhi, kada activity. Ang activity rate gi-multiply kada activity per product. So i-total din to ninyo guys. Pag total ninyo adto tanan, that would be your numerator. Ang total aning kada product ha. So ang total aning 8,000, 2,100, 100 o 12 times the activity rate, that is your total overhead cost. Divided by total units of estimated production. Pila man ka units gali kada product ang ilahang i-produce? Estimated production man daw. So pila ka units ang i-produce nila per snowmobile? 1,000. Pila ka riding mower?
1,000
Okay, so 1,000. Now, this is the summary, guys. Okay, this is the summary. So, fabrication, assembly, setup, quality control, inspections, and engineering
Putol-putol na sad ka, ma'am.
changes. These are your 5
Naglag ka, ma'am. Naglag ka, ma'am.
of the allocation process. So ganina gi-identify nato ning 5 kani si fabrication, assembly, setup, inspection ug engineering. So kaning 5 they are unsa itawag ani nila? They are the
activity.
Okay, they are the activities.
Budget activity, ma'am.
Now, this snowmobile products that the company produce. So, kaning letter B dire to letter F, kana siya tanan kang snowmobile ni siya. Kaning letter H to letter L, nga columns, kani tanan kang riding mower ni siya. Okay? Ayaw mo kalibog ha, kanita nga ko tudlo sa kong cursor, mao ni siya ang kang snowmobile. Kanin diri ang side, these are for the riding mowers. Okay? So ganina guys, gi-determine nato ang activity-based usage ni snowmobile. Kaning 8,000, 2,000, 100, 100 ug 12 mao ni siyang diri agikan guys. 8,000, 2,000, 100, 100 ug 12. Iha lang diri ang indog. Dito naghigda man. So dinhi agi pa indog ra niya. Iya ra gibalhin. So si fabrication ang nagamit daw niya is 8,000 direct labor hours. Ihang activity-based usage. Kang assembly 2,000 DLH, kang setup 100 setups, kang quality control 100 inspections, kang engineering 12 echoes. So guys, i-multiply dayon ni siya nga mga activity-based usage sa imuhang activity rate. Aha man imuhang activity rate kani siya. Mao ni imuhang activity rate. Man ako gingan ganina nga i-multiply ra siya. So i-multiply nimo kang fabrication, kang assembly, kang setup, kang quality control ug kang engineering. Now the total of that would be your activity cost. Your cost per activity. So under kang fabrication nga activity, ang imuhang cost nga na-incur is 424,000 factory overhead cost. Kang assembly 14, kang setup 400,000, kang quality control 300,000, kang engineering 156. A total of 1,294,000 ang nagamit ni snowmobile nga factory overhead cost. Okay? 1,294,000 gipang times unya gipang plus. Okay? So guys, don't be confused ha. Kani siya summary lang ni sa ato ang gipangbuhat kanina. Naana siya diri atanan. Ana siya diri So when you study, subayan na lang na ninyo. Subayan ninyo and then you may write in another paper nga okay, mao ni siya ang kang fabrication, mao ni siya kang assembly, mao ni siya kang setup, mao ni siya kang quality control, mao ni siya kang engineering. Okay? So basically, pila gali to ganina ang budgeted total factory overhead cost? Pila ga ito ang tanan-tanan kang Ruiz company for the two products? Pila ga ito ka factory overhead? How much?
1,600,000.
Okay, 1,600,000. So out of that 1,600,000, ang nagamit daw ni snowmobile is 1,294,000. Total factory overhead cost ang kang snowmobile. So pila ka units gali ang estimated production ni snowmobile? Pila ka
1,000
units
units.
ang buhaton? 1,000. So kaning total factory overhead cost, kaning total factory overhead cost ni snowmobile, i-divide nimo sa pila ka units ang i-produce, you will get the factory overhead cost kada unit. So kada isa ka snowmobile, ang iyahang nagamit nga factory overhead cost is 1,294,000. This is the allocated or the applied or the estimated factory overhead cost per unit kada isa ka snowmobile. Okay? Guys ha, estimate, allocated, applied. They are not the actual factory overhead. They are just estimated factory overhead. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You will do the same thing with the riding mower. Kuhaan gyapon tani mo yung activity-based usage katong naa dinhi kani siya 2,000, 8,000, 24,04. So mao pod na ang dinhi And then you will also multiply that to the same activity rate. Same lang actually sila og rates ni snowmobile ug ni riding mowers. Ang makalahi gid sa ilaha is the activity-based usage. Diri gid ni sila magka-diferensya. So, 2,000 times 53, 106, 8,000 times 7, 56, and so on and so forth. You will get the total of 306,000 nga factory overhead. So, out of that 1,600,000, ang nagamit ni riding mower is 306,000 nga factory overhead. Significantly lower. Why? Tanawa gay ninyo. Ang setup ni Snowmobile 100, iyaha 20 lang. Ang inspections ni Snowmobile 100, iyaha 4 lang. Ang kang engineering change orders 12. Ang iyaha 4 lang. Ma'am nga no, because it was stated here nga kapila na do siya. Ano to? Haraman to iyahang. Basta gi-istorya to din hiya guys that okay, nara. Ruiz has produced riding mowers for many years. Pero karon pa lang siya, new product niya si snowmobile. Bago niya nga product si snowmobile, while si riding mowers, karaan na niya nga product. Therefore, ang pag-inspect niya, kay diri man gyud siya pinakanadagkuan o diri sa setup ug sa inspection. Kay di ba 4,000 be na og 3,000 per setup ug per inspection. So, diri amang good kang snowmobile since bag-o siya. So, mas kailangan siya og daghan nga inspection, mas kailangan og daghan nga modification sa iyang design, mas kailangan og inspection sa iyang mga tools, kaning mga setups. Whereas, kang riding mower, confident naman na siya. So, kay kapila na gud siya ka tuig nagsige og produce og riding mower. So, iyang inspection ginagmay na lang. Iyang setup ginagmay na lang. Iyang change designs ginagmay na lang. So basically, mas gamay na lang og cost nga nagamit si riding mower. That's why 306,000 na lang iyaha out of the 1,600,000. Ang pinakadako nga cost is kang snowmobile which is 1,294,000. So same gihapon, i-divide nimo sa kada units nga na-produce, ang imuhang factory overhead cost per unit is 306 kada isa ka riding mower. Okay? So mo na siya guys ang pag-allocate og factory overhead cost using the activity-based product cost calculation. So this is the diagram. Diagram siya sa katong per activity. So kada activity na siya budgeted nga cost and then mao din iyahang per activity base or per activity base usage. DLH ang gamit sa duha and then setup ang kang setup, inspection ang kang quality control and then ECO ang kang engineering. So na siya yung mga amounts, basically mo nang nakakam up ka og 1,294 per unit kani siya and then the 306 per unit for the snowmobiles. Ay kani siya riding mowers. Okay? So basically guys, diri adayon wide 800 ang cost per unit ni snowmobile, 800 pud kang riding mower because they are using one rate. Okay? Si multiple production department na ay kalahian because per department iyahang rates. Diri din kang activity-based costing, mas nilahi, mas nidako guys, mas nidako ang kang snowmobile, mas nigamay ang kang riding mower. Which is kanang mas naklara man gud nimo ang iyahang cost allocation kay per activity man. Now my question guys is, so before ito mag-end no, my question is asa ang pinaka-effective na cost allocation? Kay di ba actually same raman gihapon. The total factory overhead is still 1,600,000. Ang nalahi lang is their per effective nga allocation method. Is it the single plant-wide, the multiple production, or the activity-based costing?